Yeah, it's cool to learn all these verbs and hey, today we learn German in 4 weeks, super easy, haha. No, German is hard. German is a long way and you have to put in a lot of energy and work in order to improve. It's super hard. Okay, so before I start explaining to you why you have so many problems to learn German, I want to tell you something about myself. So I'm the typical case of Gen Z trying out so many things because I was not sure which path to take. But in a nutshell, I finished my psychology studies. Additionally, I work with autistic children and handicapped children in inclusive schools just to help them throughout the day. And this experience really also helped me later in my online teaching career. And then 2 years ago, I started to teach online. You can check out my profile. I really started out with $5 per hour, really struggled my way up, but now being one of the best rated and best paid teachers there.
Okay.
And in these 2 years, I really saw everything. Rich students, poor students, old students, kids, grandpas, everything. And this really helped me to understand like the most common mistakes, why so many people are struggling with this crazy language. Okay, reason number one, you're not talking enough with natives. You're just doing this grammar book and this grammar book. You're buying this course, you're doing this B1 course and this A2 course. And the problem is you're not talking enough. You're not talking enough. You're just like repeating the grammar books. And what happens is you're sounding like a robot. You sounded like a robot, you tense like a Stock im Arsch, like we say in German, and nobody talks like that. And that will be for you then very tough to integrate in a group because you cannot authentically talk. And you have to use these words in the grammar books because you don't know how you really would say it and therefore also have problems to build up friendships and relationships in Germany. Es freut mich, dich kennenzulernen. Ja, es freut mich auch, dich kennenzulernen. Die Freude ist ganz meinerseits. Nobody talks like that. So I'm not saying that going to a course with 20 people is the wrong idea. It's definitely a good, important tool at the beginning to find access to the language, but you really, really have to talk to natives. Why you are not going out talking to natives? Is it really a lack of knowledge? Or is it maybe a lack of self-confidence, like the feeling of getting embarrassed? And if it's that, you have to address that. You have to work on your self-confidence. You can learn all the books. You can study all the books. You will not improve if you don't go out and talk and really hear the colloquial German and also use the colloquial German.
Ich lasse mich gerne vögeln in Darkrums. Ja.
Du lässt dich gerne durchbumsen.
Ja, warum nicht, ne?
Ja.
I had so many students passing the B1 exam, coming to my class, and I just asked them, okay, was hast du gestern gemacht? What did you do yesterday? Freeze Mode. Ja, ich bin aufgestehen und dann gefrühstückt und dann habe ich in die Stadt gegangen. What the actual fuck, man? What the fuck?
Das ist der wahnsinnig, Mensch. Die muss man nicht mehr in die Fresse, die muss man einsperren, weil du nicht mehr normal bist.
And it's not that I want to make fun of these people right now. It's the exact opposite. I tell my students, please just talk. I will correct you every time. You have to talk to me in order to get better. But by just doing like this fairy tale German I see here on YouTube, I just get pissed, yeah? Hello, today we learned German in 4 weeks.
Skandal!
Yeah, but I cannot go out because I don't know the article of die Verantwortung, or is it der Verantwortung oder das Verantwortung, and people will laugh at me.
People don't give shit about you. People will not laugh at you because you used the wrong article. Most of the people here use the wrong articles all the time. Like, we are a multicultural country where people do these mistakes all the time.
Glatt und dann mach so, Auto so machen, ich mache so, aber unwahr.
I know that depending on where you live, it's maybe for you tough to have access to native people. But then you just have to get more creative. Yeah, I don't know, if you're a doctor in right Russia, in Belarus, you maybe don't have access to German people, then find a tandem partner online. Yeah, you need access to natives. So many students of mine have the typical Berlin syndrome. So they move to Berlin, it's an international city, they work for an international company, for example, where they don't have the urge to talk German. And actually, they don't have to. They can live in Berlin for 10 years and they don't have to use any German at all. And if something urgent happens, like, they will just ask a friend to translate something, and somehow they are kind of hustling through that. But what happens if you lose the job? What happens if you have to move to another city in Germany? Good luck in Eastern Germany or maybe Bavaria to just only talk German.
Diese bekackten Amateure.
Yeah, it may work for a long time, but what happens if you lose your job or if you have to move to another country? Or maybe, I don't know, you fall in love to a German girl where the English is not so good, where you can maybe not communicate in the right way. So you have to be prepared. So if you come to Germany, you have to learn the language. Even if the city is completely international and you theoretically don't need it. And why a teacher can be sometimes very important is that you need enough talking time. So if you're in a group with 20 people, how many minutes you will be talking there? Like not a lot. You need per week at least 1 hour with a teacher who explains to you, okay, no, you don't say it like this. Don't say it like this. You have to say it like this. That's wrong. Yeah. Reason number 2, you're not putting in enough volume. If you think that you can do every day, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes Duolingo, and after 1 year you will be able to talk German, you will not be able to talk German. These apps are cool to get at first access to the language and to get some vocabulary in. If you are sitting in a train and you cannot talk to a native, perfect. Yeah. But in order to get to the next level, you have to put in the volume, really sitting down, learning also the theory, grammar, and so on. Don't overrate grammar, but it is important at the beginning. And after that, it's just talking, and talking, listening, watching German series, and so on. But just going like into these courses with 20 people alone will not bring you to the next level. It's a good add-on, but not the most important one. So the only students I had who really crushed it, who really succeed, were the students who worked 5 to 7 hours per day on German when they came to Germany. Obviously, I know if you come here and you have a job and you have to work 8 to 10 hours per day, it's tough. But then you have to fucking do the time management hacks. You need to find some time at the weekend, watch less, I don't know, Netflix, porn or whatever. And sometimes don't go out with your friends unless maybe they're German where you can talk. But you just sometimes have to skip the party and sit down and learn. And like I already said, I know that you are kind of maybe expecting the fairy tale. Yeah, learn German is super easy. No, German is fucking hard. German is fucking hard. It's not easy. You will struggle. I don't know if you will succeed even. It's super hard. And I'm not saying all these kind of things to say like, come to me. Yeah, I'm not the perfect teacher for many students. I am the perfect teacher maybe for a specific group of students, but not for all. Yeah, I'm not the best teacher, for example, for beginners at the moment, because I concentrated more on the talking part with already advanced students. So you have to pick maybe a teacher who is more focused on that. So always try to find the best system, and that's actually point number 3. Okay, and the last point is having the right system. That means having the right teacher, having the right material, having the right strategy, having the right time management, all these kind of things together. For example, teacher. Yeah. First of all, these YouTube teachers you see here very often are not even natives. It's not about talking bad about them. What I want to tell you is get some native German friends, show them your material and ask them, is this authentic? Is this authentic German or is this some fairy tale formal bullshit? Then obviously material. Yeah. There are a lot of grammar books, and I think a lot of them are also good to use at the beginning, but also here and there try to maybe not over focusing on grammar. Sometimes you may be doing too little grammar. But the problem is sometimes people focus too much on grammar, and sometimes people are not focusing at all at grammar. Like I know a lot of naturals actually who are very good at speaking German, but they're not focusing at grammar at all, and they will have these mistakes all the time. What is okay? I still prefer that than not going out at all. Yeah, it's better to just talk. People will understand you. People will understand you. Probably you will be in a bigger city, and like people don't care if you do these mistakes. So just go out, just talk. Yeah. So it's always best to go out and talk than to just sit down and do the grammar. Yeah. It's an important part, but not the most important part. So that was my first video. I will definitely upload more content, also grammar, also about authentic German. And yeah, see you soon. Wir sehen uns bald. Peace out. Ich bin draußen.
Und jetzt lasst mich allein. Ich muss nachdenken. und bringt mir Wein und Huren.